What up, guys? So, boy, here once again, classic way speaking. You know how we do it. We simplify and decomplicate it. So, I have a couple of pairs for us to trade within the course of the week. Let's get into them. Now, the first pair today is BTCUSD. Now, BTCUSD, let's start with a breakdown on the 3 months. So, on the 3 months, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. Price is in an uptrend on the 3 months. Why? Because this was a push to the upside, giving us a higher high. After this, price dropped down for a higher low, went ahead to make another push, breaking above previous higher high to give us the next higher high. After the next higher high, what is likely to happen is what? A higher low. So this is what? A beautiful uptrend on the 3 months. But if you look very closely, at the 3 months time frame, what you're going to realize is that price has not yet completed the next higher low on the 3 months. All right, so the completion of the next higher low on the 3 months is still in motion. So what are we going to do as traders? We are going to look for entries here to sell all the way to the downside before the higher low completes on the 3 months. So this tells us that BTCUSD, we should start looking for what? Entries to the downside. But the question then is, how do we pick sells or entries to the downside? We need to find out as we continuously break it down from the other time frames below. So BTCUSD, let's take it again to the monthly for another look. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of BTCUSD. And if you look at BTC here on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly upper and the monthly lower zone. Price was initially in an uptrend, but currently it is dropping down. Why? Because this was a higher high. Look at it very carefully. We saw a higher low here. A new higher high came in. Another higher low. We saw another higher high. Price dropped for another higher low. But after the completion of the next higher low here on the monthly, it failed to continue the push to the upside. Instead, sellers were very strong and they broke below this previous lower low to the downside. So they break below this previous what? Higher high to the downside. It's a significant move for us because we now know that on the monthly, sellers are also in control and they are pushing the market continuously to the downside, right? So BTC on the monthly, price is dropping to the next level of what? Sensitivity as well. All right, so now that we understand on the monthly price is also dropping or price also in alignment with the 3 months time frame, let's take it again to the weekly where we can add another meaning. All right, so this is also the weekly time frame of BTCUSD. Let's put meaning into the weekly. We have the weekly upper and the weekly lower zone. Price was able to create a double top here on the weekly time frame. Well, now what is a double top? It is a reversal formation or a reversal pattern. Now after this double top, sellers broke below the neckline of the double top, went ahead to break below the support level of the weekly, also to the downside, giving us what? A lower low. Now after this lower low, what happened? Buyers pushed the market up to also create a lower high. So after lower high, where should price go? Price will potentially drop all the way to the downside. So on the weekly time frame, we are also seeing what? A downtrend which is in support of the movement to the downside. Now BTC, where this is where we are looking for selling opportunities to the downside. But we can't pick the entries on the weekly. So let's take it further down again to the daily for another look. Alright, so this is also the daily time frame of BTCUSD. Let's put meaning into the daily. On the daily time frame, we have the daily upper and then the daily lower zone. What is happening on the daily? On the daily, we can clearly see that buyers were able to break above this daily resistance level with a push to the upside, forming what? A higher high. Why? Because all of these areas are equal highs of the daily. So when buyers broke above, it formed a higher high. After higher high, we expected a higher low for price to continuously go to the upside. But that wasn't the case on the daily. But what was the case then? The case was that price was able to break below again these equal highs to the downside, meaning that what? sellers have come in what another control. So on the daily, what is likely to happen? The most likely thing, or the most two likely thing that is what about to happen in the daily is that price is about to give us what? A head and shoulder before it may reverse to the downside. This is one way that the market can move to the downside. Another way that price can also move to the downside is in this manner. We will see a move, a break below, a retest here, and further continuational move all the way down. So these are the two scenarios that can happen on the daily. But let's look for sales as we are what? Expecting the move to the downside. So over here, since sellers broke below this support level, it means that they are in control. So we can prepare for entries below here to the downside. So BTCUSD, how do we sell below the daily support to the downside? Let's find out as we take it further to the 4-hour time frame. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of BTCUSD. Now BTCUSD on the 4-hour time frame, this is how we are going to pick our entry. Let's explain. So on the 4-hour time frame, price is what? Currently in a downtrend. This is where the downtrend began. Alright, we saw what? A push below giving us a lower low. This is a lower high. This is another lower low. We are expecting the next lower high before entry to the downside. So BTCUSD, this becomes a full and complete technical analysis. Immediately, the lower high here on the 4-hour is completed. We will look for what? A candle confirmation, be it a bullish engulfing, a bearish engulfing, a significant pin bar, or an evening star before we start selling to the downside on BTCUSD. So BTCUSD, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Alright, let's move to the next pair on board, which is going to be US oil. Alright, so US oil is up next. Let's start with a breakdown of this pair. Now US oil, taking it all the way to the 3 months time frame for the breakdown as well. Alright, so this is the 3 months time frame of US oil. Now US oil, the 3 months time frame, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. Price is going down on the 3 months. Why? Let's explain. This was equal lows of the 3 months, and this was lower high of the 3 months. So this was the structure. Buyers broke above, forming a higher high. After higher high, we saw what? A higher low, and even what? A bullish engulfing candle close. But buyers still could not push the market further up. Instead, sellers were very strong, and they broke below this one higher low, which was supposed to take the market to the downside. So now it is what? It is a seller's market. Price is dropping all the way down to these previous what? Equal lows. So how do we pick entries to sell to the downside here? Let's find out as we take it again to the monthly time frame of US oil. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of US oil. Let's put meaning into it. If you look closely at the monthly, we have the monthly upper, the mid-range, and then the lower zone. Price is in a downtrend on the monthly. Let's explain. So we have these equal lows of the monthly, which got broken to form a lower low. After lower low, we've seen lower high. After lower high, what should happen next? We're expecting the next lower low, the next lower high for the cycle to continue in this manner. You understand? So US oil, we are expecting the break below this previous lower low to give us what? Another lower low. But how is price going to be able to break below this previous lower low to the downside? Let's find out as we take it again to the weekly time frame. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of US oil. And if you look at US oil on the weekly time frame, price is also in a downtrend. Why? We have the weekly mid-range zone over here. Price gave us this beautiful one, lower low, lower high again, another lower low, lower high, came back to form equal lows, went up for equal highs. Where should it go again? It should move continuously to the downside. So on the weekly, we now understand how we are going to pick the entry for price to break below the monthly lower low to create another monthly lower low below over here. Alright, so we know that we are going to sell from the weekly equal high. So how do we sell from the weekly equal high to the downside? Let's take it again to the daily for another closer look. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of US oil. Now US oil in the daily time frame, we have the daily mid-range zone over here. What has happened in the daily? On the daily, price is currently in an uptrend, all right? So we can call this equal lows. This is lower high, all right? This is what? Higher high. But price is what? In an uptrend. But within this uptrend, or with this uptrend, price may not go up again from this higher low, but instead it will break below. Now, why am I saying that price is on support level and be able to break below to the downside? Why am I saying that? The answer is very simple, because there is what? A reversal candle over here, which is an evening star. So this evening star is so strong that this buy pressure may not be able to hold, and the price will break below and then drop to the downside. So US oil, we are going to prepare for entry here to the downside, because we believe that this is what? An evening star is a reversal candle. It is strong and it will be able to break below this daily support to the downside. Alright, let's take it all the way to the 4-hour time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame of US oil. Now US oil, the 4-hour time frame, we are going to enter in two possible ways. Let me show you. So we have the 4-hour mid-range zone over here. Price is in a downtrend, okay? We have reversal here, which is a double top. We have lower low, we have lower high. Price has dropped all the way down here. Now, over here, there are two ways that price can move for us to sell. The first way is that if price finds buy pressure here and goes to the upside to form equal highs, we will sell over here to the downside. So this is our first sell scenario, all right? This is our first sell scenario. This is our first sell scenario. Hold on. Let me redraw it. So we have our first sell scenario right here. Right? This is our first sell scenario. And with this scenario, it's very simple, okay? If price forms equal lows and push up and then also forms equal high, we will sell over here to the downside. So this should be an entry opportunity for us. However, if this sell scenario does not play out, then that means that price will be able to break below the daily support, give us a lower low and a lower high, and we can also sell all the way to the downside in that manner. All right, hold on. Let's redo it. If price breaks below, that will be a lower low. With a lower high, then we can also sell to the downside in this manner on US oil. So US oil, this is also our full and complete technical analysis. I've given you guys the two possible ways that we can enter. So this one is also going to be in this form: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We can also sell to the downside. So US oil, we are also done with the breakdown. Let's go all the way to Euro USD. So Euro USD is up next. Now Euro USD, where is price going? Are we looking for buying opportunities, or we are looking for selling opportunities? At the end of this video, we are going to find out whether we are going to buy or we are going to sell. Alright, let's start. Now Euro USD, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. There is a strong level of buy pressure on this support level, which is constantly reversing the market to the upside anytime contact is made. Now look at this. Price made contact recently here, and we have seen the exact same movement to the upside. Now, where is this push to the upside going? It is going to make contact with this resistance to form equal highs. So according to the 3 months time frame of Euro USD, price is heading to the resistance level of the 3 months. If that is so, then how do we pick buys before contact is made over here? Let's find out as we take it closely again to the monthly. This is the monthly time frame of Euro USD. Now Euro USD on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly mid-range zone. Price is in an uptrend on the monthly. Why? Because this was equal lows of the monthly, and this was also equal highs of the monthly. Now the equal highs of the monthly got broken to the upside with a push. So the break above these equal highs tells us that what? We are in an uptrend on the monthly time frame. Alright, so we are expecting price to continuously go all the way to the upside. And one thing that I'm seeing over here on the monthly that I really like is this what? Morning star candle confirmation right here. So this morning star candle confirmation is also going to bring in more buy pressure to push the market continuously to the upside as it should. So Euro USD, let's take it again to a weekly time frame and also understand what the weekly has to say in the movement to the upside that we are looking for. All right, let's go to a weekly. This is the weekly time frame of Euro USD. And if you look at Euro USD on the weekly, price is in an uptrend. Why? We have the weekly upper and the weekly lower zone. This was a push which gave us a higher high. We have an exhaustion as higher low. This is also equal highs and then equal lows. So we are expecting buy pressure to kick in from this strong equal low and move the market to the upside of Euro USD. So Euro USD, we are preparing for entries over here to the upside since the market is also in an uptrend on the weekly. So how do we buy here on the weekly support to the upside? Let's find out as we take it further to the daily. All right, so this is also the daily time frame of Euro USD. Now Euro USD on the daily time frame, we are seeing almost the exact same thing as we saw on the weekly time frame. Okay, so we have strong level of buy pressure over here on the weekly, which we are expecting it to continuously move the market to the upside. Right, so Euro USD on the daily, there's not so much to talk about, but let's go to a forward time frame where we can prepare for entries here to the upside. But before I even go to a forward time frame, you are going to see the price as forming what? A bullish engulfing candle close over, which is a sign that there is more buy pressure here to move the market to the upside as we are expecting it to do. So let's take it again to a forward time frame and prepare for entry to the upside. This is the 4-hour time frame of Euro USD. Now Euro USD on the forward time frame, we have the 4-hour resistance level over here. Price has now created a double confirmation, all right, and has pushed all the way back to the neckline, trying to break above it. So if buyers are strong and they break above the neckline, they push, this will become the next higher high, the next higher low, and be able to buy to the upside of Euro USD. So Euro USD, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Simple as that. Once price completes the break and retest, we look for candle confirmations such as bullish engulfing, morning star, or significant pin bar before we buy to the upside on Euro USD. So Euro USD, we are also done with our analysis. Let's take it again to the final pair, which is going to be, let me see if I can pick a good pair. Okay, let's do USDCHF. USDCHF is also very good. USDCHF is very, very good. So USDCHF, let's start on the 3 months time frame. Okay, so this is USDCHF on the 3 months time frame. Now, on the 3 months time frame of USDCHF, we have the 3 months up at the mid-range and then the lower zone. Sellers has been able to break below this strong support level to the downside with a push. Now, where is this push going on the 3 months? It is coming all the way down to the next level of what? Sensitivity. But the question is, how will price drop to the downside? Let's find out as we do the breakdown together. This is the monthly time frame of USDCHF. We have the monthly mid-range over here, which is also indicating that price is what? In a downtrend over here on the monthly, right? So this is what? A push to the downside, and we're expecting this push to continuously go all the way down. Why? Sorry about that. Let's continue. So over here on the monthly time frame, we have this push to the downside, and we also have what? An evening star candle confirmation over here. So this evening star candle confirmation is an indication that price will continuously push to the downside. All right. So let's take it again to the weekly. Understand this evening star on the weekly and how the market will move in overall to the downside. All right. Let's go the way to the weekly. This is the weekly time frame of USDCHF. Now USDCHF on the weekly time frame, let's put meaning into it very quickly. On the weekly of USDCHF, we have the weekly upper and the weekly lower zone. This is a very beautiful downtrend on the weekly. Okay, lower low, we have lower high, equal lows here. We also have equal highs at the top. Okay. All right. Now, where are we expecting price to sell? We are expecting price to sell from here to the downside. Now let me show you the reason why I'm expecting a sell here to the downside on what? On USDCHF. So USDCHF, let's go to the daily time frame. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of USDCHF. Take a closer look at the daily of USDCHF. We have the daily mid-range zone over here. On the daily, this was higher low, this was equal highs, price broke below forming a lower low, and this is also a lower high. So this is what the structure of the daily, indicating a downtrend. So USDCHF, we are going to prepare for entries here to the downside as expected. Now, if you look very closely at the daily, realize that price is also forming an evening star candle confirmation over here. Those of you that are very good with candle identification, this is an evening star going to bring the market all the way to the downside as expected. But let's take it to the 4-hour time frame where we can prepare for entries to the downside of USDCHF. So USDCHF onto the 4-hour. Alright, so this is also the 4-hour time frame of USDCHF. Now USDCHF on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see here is very clear. We have what? An uptrend. Price is an uptrend, right? And it has also formed a double top. So how are we going to pick a sell in this uptrend and this double top? It's quite simple. We wait for price to break below this higher low so that we can get a lower low after that. Wait for a lower high and we sell to the downside on USDCHF. So USDCHF, this is also our full and complete technical analysis. Alright? Right, this is also our full and complete technical analysis on the USDCHF. So USDCHF, we are also done with our technical analysis. If you are here and you are new and you have not joined my free Telegram channel, kindly go to the description of the video, or you can check the comment section of this video. You're going to find a link, click on it, join and be part of my Telegram channel where you receive signals, daily setups, and many more as you join. Stay classy and trade classy, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.